I'm about to tell you why the Asus G16
falls short with 3 significant drawbacks and 1
fatal flaw that turns this machine from a gaming powerhouse into a content creator's nightmare.
This concern, part our dream come true. Everything
Not this again!
So today we're going to get into the Asus G16 and we're going to look at it from 3 distinct perspectives. My perspectives, which is gaming, content creation, and entertainment.
So off rip, the body of the G16 is solid. At first glance, it looked okay. A bit plasticky, like there's a little bit of flex in the screen housing. Now, if you're coming from a world of Apple where the build quality is practically worshipped, this can be a little disconcerting. The ports are a dream come true. Everything you need. HDMI, old school internet ports, USB-C charging, another HDMI over here, and a SD mini card reader, as long as a Kensington lock. So it has everything you're gonna need. As far as the screen itself, sure, it's 1080p, not the fanciest out there, but it holds its own. And it gives you enough resolution so you don't necessarily feel like you're missing out. Like I'm playing this game called Plague's Tale. The games look crisp. Now, speaking of gaming, that's what this thing was made for after all, right? With its Intel 13th gen processor and beefy graphics card, the G16 is supposed to be primed for an epic gaming session. Unfortunately, diving into your favorite shooters or embarking onto open world games like this one, it can come with a little bit of frustration because it doesn't necessarily offer the smoothest experience. You could tell at some points that the computer's struggling and it cannot play on full max setting at all. Unless you want to play like you still got dial-up.
Next up, let's talk about content creation. So the 13th generation Core i7 processors is plenty enough for anything that you're gonna need it for.
There's only one issue. Premiere Pro, for whatever reason, just doesn't work well.
Let's show you that again. I pause it, play it again.
Now, if you come from a world of Apple, the build quality is practically worshipped. This concern, part our dream come true. Everything you need. HDMI, old school internet ports, USB-C charging, another HDMI over here, and a SD mini card reader.
And now it smooths out.
Kensington lock.
It glitches on the initial playback, but it smooths out later. And when you render the video completely, that isn't there, but it is in the editing process. So if Premiere Pro is a major part of your workflow, I would say don't even consider. So I'm currently out here in Bogota, Colombia, away from home, so my computer pretty much becomes my entertainment hub. Whether it's streaming video, listening to music, or even hosting my girl's birthday party in my studio Airbnb. It might not have been like a boombox, but it still got the job done keeping the party going. It's worth noting that when I'm deep into rewatching House of Dragons, you have to be mindful of where you place the laptop. Like any other powerful device, it can lead to heat buildup and burn your leg. You might not need to go to the hospital, but it's gonna hurt.
Now this is a part of the video I call glitches and stupidity.
For whatever reason, Asus decided to put the charging cable on the side of the computer. So if you lay the computer on the side, it could break off. Why don't every single computer manufacturer copy Apple and their magnet design? I don't know why they're doing it, but they want to keep using this thing right here. Another issue is that when you are, say, just scrolling the desktop, like right here, I'm not clicking the Windows button, but for whatever reason, the Windows thing is clicking up. And it makes you want to pull your hair out like a crazy person because your computer is glitching when you're trying to watch House of Dragons. The upgradability is solid. It only had 1 slot SSD maxed out at 2 TB and 2 slots of DDR4 RAM. When working correctly and not glitching, the computer's lightning fast. If I had to rate the G16, I would give it an 8 out of 10. Not bad, but not great. It'll do what you need it to, and it'll do it to perfection. but it just won't do it as good as a MacBook.
When working correctly and not glitching, the computer is solid. I would rate it an 8 out of 10, unless you're a content creator. Other than that, it's okay. It'll do exactly what you need it to. It's just not as good as a MacBook. So, take that. If you like that, find that informative, hit that subscribe button.